Then you just load back to Geyser. As soon as the black screen comes up, take out your memory card. As that screen comes up, you can put your memory card back in, and your timer would start. Okay, so Geyser, uh, very, very standard stuff. Just you're gonna chain your movement here. So as you start the timer, you're gonna come out the portal. You're gonna do a punch, roll, high jump. So that's another thing. When you roll, you can high jump off of it by pressing X when you hit the ground. So that's a thing. So punch, roll, and you should be up here. Then you're gonna do the same thing up here. So punch, roll, and you have your first power cell. Very simple stuff right there. Geyser is just really the same movement every time. So right here, you're gonna punch more towards the left, because if you punch more to the center, you're gonna bonk. So I punch to the left. You can also punch to the right, and you won't bonk. So I punch to the left, jump over the spikes, and ground pound. Then you're going to roll over here. So roll to the left, punch, and roll to the blue eco. Now the blue eco is very key to picking up these scout flies, because with the blue eco you can break them without ground pounding on them. So again, you're going to roll, punch, roll, pick up the blue eco. You're gonna punch over here, roll, punch again, roll. This, as long as you get up here, you'll be fine. So that's just one more time. Roll, punch, roll, punch. As long as you're up here, you're good. Then you can get all of them just like this, just by walking around them. And you have your power cell. So very simple stuff. I'm gonna reset the timer. So from here, you're gonna move your analog stick to the down right position, and you're going to roll in that area. So just like that. You should break that if you haven't already. You don't have to move the camera any. And then from there, you can, if you want, like if you wanted to move your camera, you can during the cell cutscene. You can move your camera anytime during the cell cutscene. So you can roll, punch, roll, and you should be at the blue eco again. What I like to do is I like to spin to get it. This is another trick here. Punch, roll, high jump to this rock. Now this gets kind of tricky. This is where a lot of geyser resets happen. After you high jump up here, you get to this rock, and a lot of people, when they roll, they just roll right off. And the reason for this is they're not far back enough on the rock, because the rock is very, very long. It's longer than it looks, actually. So what you want to do is you want to roll towards this area. So after you high jump, land on the rock, you want to go to the back of the rock, the very back of the rock, and roll towards that area. So after you've gone, roll. A backup strat, it's not very much slower, but since you have blue eco right here, it's kind of hard to gather your position because blue eco is kind of slippery on Jack. So rolling here might be a struggle for some people. A backup strat you can do when you have the blue eco, get up here and you can just uppercut, and you'll be in the same position. But the reason it's slower is because you have to walk a little bit to get here. So it's not that much slower, but it is slower, and it's easier. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab the blue eco. And this is basically the exact movement. This is without the backup. This is the roll. So high jump, roll. You're gonna roll over here, roll again, and then roll to that power cell. So it's a lot of rolling. Okay. Now with the backup strat. Uppercut, roll, roll, roll. Okay. Pretty standard. Grab the blue eco. Now from here, you want to just uppercut to this little platform. You can uppercut again. Stand on this rock because it's higher. If not, you can do it from here too. So you want to ground pound and spin onto here. This is a good way to practice your ground pound spins and when to spin at the right time. You want to spin at the very peak of your jump. And if you're not ledge grabbing this, then you're getting good at this. But if you're not very good, I would ground pound on this rock because you don't even have to spin to get to the top of here. But it's safer to spin. So when you get onto here, this is a little bit tricky, but you want to extended uppercut to that bridge. So without ledge grabbing. So kind of simple, but can be tricky at times because sometimes people just extended uppercut under the bridge, which very much rips the run. So you want to uppercut here, and you want to roll to right in front of that light post right there. So you want to be careful to not roll right in front of it, because the next trick you're gonna have to uppercut right here, and that'll be in your way. So what you want to do, uppercut, roll. You want to get barely onto here, then you want to uppercut right onto here. It's kind of precise, but with some practice, I mean, anyone can get it. And then from here, you want to make sure you're not too far back on the bridge, but just enough so that you can roll on top of here. Then from there, you can jump onto here and ground pound spin, and you're up here, and then roll to the cell. So I'll show you guys how that looks right now. So if you're fast enough, you should have some blue eco left when you get here. So you want to uppercut, uppercut, ground pound, extended, roll, uppercut. Sometimes you can punch here if you're really far back. So sometimes I do that. If not, just roll, ground pound, roll, and you should be here. So very simple stuff. From here, punch, punch off. Now when you land, you want to double tap triangle, and you're automatically out of the animation there. That's also a thing. So if you fall from high heights, just double tap triangle to avoid that time loss as soon as you hit the ground. So that's simple enough. Then you just roll onto the button, double tap circle, and you're in the cutscene. So a good time for Geyser to the portal is about, a decent time is about a 120.